Oh, fantastic. I am so glad to be talking to you, Selena. Selena.
It's nice to be talking to you, Kim.
Yes, thanks. And thanks so much for being a part of Music for Democracy. And thank you for the wonderful performance that,
Pleasure.
yeah, it's
It was a
fantastic.
pleasure to be part of it all. Yeah, thanks for inviting me and us.
Yes. And now we are talking about the larger picture behind all of this, and that encapsulates well the not just the event, but the larger topics at hand. So let's talk about that a little bit. Oh,
Yeah. Uh, yeah. I mean, democracy, it's an interesting thing to talk about these days. Because I guess, I mean, from some perspectives, it might seem to be not really a given, whereas it used to be just sort of a given, at least in North American culture. But around the world, it feels a little bit like it's a bit tenuous uh, over the last few years. Um, oh, um, sorry, I was distracted because my husband was like, "Why don't you turn your light on?" I'm like, "I don't need it. I don't need the light, Tom. Thank you."
you're looking beautiful, glorious, radiant,
Ah,
and well lit.
thank Thank you. Yes, this is all thanks to technology. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, and being a part of the Music for Democracy concert, uh, I guess, just to sort of be part of bringing it more to the fore, to be a topic for discussion, that people I think still need to talk about these days because because of the impending American election, of course, like that's the most obvious one. But yeah, I attitude. It's interesting, being in having been living in France for the last number of years. I have to say, like, different perspectives I have noticed are more pervasive in Europe in general. Um, like um, people from Germany, from Northern Europe, like Scandinavia, um, don't seem to be as afraid of paying taxes uh, as North Americans seem to be. And Canadians, I think, are very, very influenced, of course, by all the messages coming across the biggest unprotected border in the world, that between Canada and the United States. And in the United States, I think taxes are just seen as sort of a criminal thing you have to do. Like, what's that? Oh, there's some sort of saying, like, there's two things in the world you can't avoid: death and taxes, right? So taxes is put in the same sort of ballpark as death. Like, it's really not something you want to do. But it's been really given a bad rap. Like, I mean, where roads, schools, healthcare, old age pensions, I mean, all these things that everybody uses, daycare, this is what taxes are for. So it was a bit surprising to me actually hear people talk in sort of a normal way about paying taxes in Europe compared to certain people in North America who've just sort of been just bought this, whoever did this marketing this marketing campaign to say that taxes are bad, you know. I mean, what would we do without them? What would we have? Like, the rich would be fine, everyone else would really not. Or the rich wouldn't even be fine. I mean, and the rich are the super rich, like corporations are the ones who are, able to open up head offices in Dublin, for example, where they don't have to pay any taxes, like find loopholes like that. So there's stuff like that and this is still a democratic society where these things are allowed to happen. Um, anyway, uh, and anyway, I just think it's sort of a cool. different perspective, and it's worth putting just a couple of minutes of thought into it of, yeah, no, taxes are necessary
Yeah.
and part of a civilized society. And I think the criminal thing that I just mentioned is that big corporations shouldn't be able to evade them so easily.
Mm,
Uh,
absolutely. Yeah.
because I mean, since the pandemic, the the super rich have gotten super richer, right?
Mm,
Um, and the middle class seems to be sort of gradually disappearing. Also, in music, you notice this as well. Like it's harder, I find it harder to get gigs as an independent musician, harder to book a tour. It's always been challenging, but like people are willing to pay ridiculous amounts of money for gigantic shows or tribute bands, which I might get into later. Um, uh, but a little bit afraid to pay a little bit of money to see something that they're not 100% guaranteed to know what it is.
mhm. Yeah.
Like that type of cultural curiosity, you don't know what you're going to get. You might get something you love, and you might get something you don't like, but then you can talk about it, and your neighbor might like it. And this is how social capital is deepened, and how cultural relationships are formed, and how just this is how culture enriches society, one of the ways.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm
Yeah.
just blathering on now. I'm sorry.
No,
But
this is great. I think, I could just bounce back on a couple of things that you said. I read an article, uh,
mm,
oh gosh, it was a while ago, but I read an article within the last year about how in countries where people see the value for their taxes, they don't mind paying them. But in
yeah,
America, or more specifically in the US, where there's a hesitancy to pay taxes, people also aren't getting very many services. And then they don't really see the value for the conundrum is they don't see the value of paying taxes because they're not really getting services anyway. So there's a sort of a breakdown of a mistrust in government and
right.
government services. And it's sort of like this thing that feeds on itself. So, it's a whole, yeah, it's a whole sort of conundrum and cultural and social context thing that's very, it's just, I guess, gotta live it, try it, and see how it works, right? And then you go, okay,
Yeah.
it's not too bad. Paying taxes isn't really a terrible thing. Yeah, and I will say also that the sense of adventure and curiosity that people would usually have to discover new artists and new things culturally is not something that's very prevalent. And I think that's also tied to this thing of fear of expression, fear of self-expression, fear of kind of going out towards the other. That is also why we did Music for Democracy, was to kind of give everybody a chance to just break free of that and, just be in a place where you could say what you want, express yourself that way. And
Yeah.
I'm just trying to say, I think that desire of the curiosity, that extra little step of going towards something new is it's that people have more reticence than anything lately that I've noticed, and that might be also a reason why there's not as much not as much of a demand for more independent music out there. That's just a take. I don't know. Maybe I'm kind of extreme.
Yeah.
Right. Let me ask you a question, Selena. And it's actually a question that you sent to me. So so of course I'm gonna ask it. Do you think there's any connection between cultural involvement and civic and democratic involvement?
Uh, yeah. Uh, I do, and I think they're positively correlated. I think cultural involvement empowers individuals, like uh, it bridges social groups. I think oh, I should turn that off. I think when you create a cultural event, whether it be a play or a dance piece or a live music show or whatever, an art exhibit, you're creating space for social interaction and deepening sort of social networks and creating like, let's say, I mean, you're trying to create, the artist is trying to create a connection to the audience. So if the audience, regardless of what type of cultural event it is, like if you see a little bit of yourself or if you recognize a little bit of your life, or if you feel like the art, in whatever form it is asking you some questions, you're going to take that with you and hopefully talk about it with people like it. And if you're there at whatever event it is with friends or with whatever, even strangers, people who are also experiencing the same thing as you, witnessing the same thing, hearing the same thing, feeling maybe similar things. um I think I think it just leads to people being more involved generally in their communities. Um, I mean, I think that's the aim, part of the aim anyway, of a lot of art, right? I mean, it's about connecting with people and connecting people. Um, because I mean, that's what humans are meant to do. We're supposed to be social. We're supposed to be, I think we are inherently compassionate beings. And and I and I and I and I think the act of going to things, I'm talking about cultural involvement here. I'm talking about going out to things. I'm not talking about sitting at home and watching TV or Netflix. I mean, there's a certain level of cultural involvement there. Of course, you can watch a dance performance, a video of anything. You can watch, I mean, especially if you're not able to go out and see things. I mean, it's cool. But I feel like the act of actually going out, it's a whole other level of involvement, like meeting uh, other people. It's I think that sort of engagement, like if you end up talking to somebody who has completely opposite viewpoint to you about what you're witnessing or experiencing, or let's say you're at a polling station, completely opposite opinion to you, that's okay. I mean, cultural democracy, the strength of democracy lies in its ability um, to embrace and balance differences. So, and the act of actually doing that is what makes it strong and flexible and interesting and challenging. And I think art in all of its forms aims to do those same things, like to bring people together, to initiate discussion, to make culture stronger and more diverse, and hearing different voices. Like, what cool thing about the concert Music for Democracy was that there was all kinds of different styles of music happening, all in the same concert. Like, this is so, I feel like this is so cool. And so it feels a little bit like it's getting increasingly rare too. It's like, it's really because when you, for example, algorithms, YouTube algorithms, for example, or whatever social media, like you watch something, it will suggest something for you to watch next, and then suggest something for you to watch next, and it will dictate this whole wormhole you might end up going down. that is actually not random, that is very tailored to, as we all know, to all the spying that gets done on us as we when we use our internet. So, um, so there has to be differences. There has to be the Music for Democracy concert with like I just mentioned, the variety of styles. I mean, you might not love it all, but you get to see it all. You get to hear it all. You get to hear all those different voices. And the and democracy, yeah, you might really love one party, you might hate another party, you might really love one candidate. I mean, it's almost as polarizing as musical tastes, right? Because people have really strong opinions about music because it's so powerful. And politics can be, I maybe even more polarizing these days, I would say. Um, but um, but we have to have different voices. We have to embrace them all. Otherwise, democracy's just dead, right?
Yep. Well said, Selena. Amazing. Thanks, Selena. Thank you so much for this really provocative thought-provoking and provocative conversation about taxes, democracy, community, indie music.
Yeah.
Go support your indie artists, people. That's the main thing here. And use your
Yeah.
to support democracy. Thanks for joining us.
Hello, everybody. My name is Selina Martin. This is Tom Meyenberg.
Hello.
And we are very honored to be here, to be performing for Music for Democracy, and joining all the fantastic artists who are part of this event to promote democracy and voting and participation and all these good things. So we're going to begin our short set with a song about liberty. This is called Bike.
To be, ooh, it gets me there from A to B.
My handlebars are baby blue. I have a bell, reflectors too. I ride my bike to visit you. It gets me back from B to A to.
I've got a bike.
Thank you very much. Thank you. That was called Bike. The next song we're gonna play for you is it's a love song. It's about building something new and beautiful after everything's fallen apart. This one's called When the City Fell. And when the city fell, our captors did as well, and those desires never known, we finally let them go. What they know, it's only what they know. I'll give you whatever you want. I'll give you whatever you want. With the ports unmanned, we can go wherever we plan. It's a welcome change of scenery, with a lot more entropy. But where we go, it's only where we go. I'll give you whatever you want. I'll give you whatever you want. Come together over me. Let the axis set you free. As the world turns, as the world turns, what we all know we can unlearn. Come together over me. And I am we as you are me. One and one is three. East looks north and west faces south. Still I just lie in bed and stare at your mouth. What I know, it's only what I know. I'll give you whatever you want. I'll give you whatever you want. Come together over me. Let the axis set you free. As the world turns, as the world turns, what we all know we can unlearn. Come together over me. I'll give you whatever you want. 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 Thank you. Thanks very much. Now we're gonna do a song that I started writing in Tangier, ou Tangier en français. It's called Tangier. This song was written sort of celebrating, well, everything that took me there, like liberty again, courage, hope, desire, all the things that are the opposite of fear, good forces in the world. This is called Tangier. It got a hole in my heart, and I can't fill it up. Big as that long breakwater, wide as the Strait of Gibraltar. Gibraltar, Gibraltar, I'm not done getting lost on the wayward Thanks a lot. It's been a great. If we have time, we're gonna try and squeeze one more song in. It's a pleasure to be a part of this. Thank you, Tom, for all your help. Thank you, Mastro. Thank you. I voted. Concerts. Thank you, Head Count. Thank you to everybody who participated in this. This next one is it's a call to peace. It's for peace within yourself, for peace in your relationships, for peace within your community, and for peace around the world. It's called Lay Down Your Arms.
Why don't you come to me? Here by the creekside, I've got these secrets that you know, and I've been here waiting. Why is the harder road always the way to go? Way to go. Drop your heavy load and take the harder road, harder road. Why is the harder
Tom Meinberg. I'm Selina Martin. Thanks, everyone. Thanks very much.